I'm not really realizing what's happening right now. What the? Good morning, everybody. It is a lovely Friday morning. The sun is out. It is super glassy. And today we're on a very serious mission. But me and my friends who are waiting for me on the beach right now have ran out of seafood at our places. So we're gonna go out today, hopefully spear some fish. It could be anything from grouper, hopefully some snapper, some triggerfish, and like always, hopefully catch a big lobster. But on days like this, you really never know what you're gonna bump into. So yeah, we're gonna go out there, keep our fingers crossed, and yeah, let's get into this. Right before we go diving, every time I come to this particular beach, I always check these water basins for any turtles or lizards that might fall into them. And I'm pretty sure I just saw a big land crab somewhere. Yep, right in the corner. That is a monster land crab. Hopefully he leaves me grab him. Oh God. If he lets me. Phew. Oh my God. This thing is huge. This right here is what we call a big land crab here in the Caribbean. They don't get a lot bigger than this. And although we can't eat these crabs, I'm gonna go ahead and release this big guy. But yeah. Phew. So we're about to get in the water and it is crystal clear. Today's game plan is a bit different than what we usually do, as we usually go out super far looking for fish. Today we're gonna stay close to the shoreline and hopefully we get lucky. Phew.
So as soon as we got in the water, we quickly came across the first fish of the day. A big hard nose, which is an excellent eating fish, often mistaken with barjacks, which can have ciguatera. And after taking the security off my gun and getting a good shot on this fish, I quickly reloaded my spear gun. Because I know from experience that the smell of the fish I just shot was going to attract bigger and sometimes better territorial fish. And sure enough, not even 2 minutes later, I spot the biggest mud snapper I had personally ever seen coming right at me. So I took a deep breath and started following this fish, hoping he would give me a window of opportunity and get a good holding shot.
Suis-moi de loin, ok?
So after following him for a while, and him finally getting closer to the rocks and in shallower water, I took my final breath before descending and finally getting a clear shot on this fish. But almost instantly, my gun's ripped out of my hand and this fish takes off. But luckily enough, he did not go very far. And as I finally got my gun back, I realized how complicated this second shot was gonna be, due to the fact that there was no cable or flopper connected to this arrow, which meant that this was my last chance of getting a shot on this fish.
Mon gars, il a pété le câble et ça, gros. Il est tellement puissant. I cannot believe that just happened. That was like, look at the size of this thing. What? Right offshore, we literally just got in the water. I'm not really realizing what's happening right now, but jeez. So what we're gonna do is head back to my place. I'm gonna repair my gun, then we're gonna get back in the water to hopefully catch a lobster or something. But that was crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna see you guys there. We just arrived back at the house. I'm gonna go ahead and weigh this fish. Jeez. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says 20 pounds, which is 9 kilos. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a quick repair to my gun. Then we're gonna hop back in the water to hopefully catch some lobsters. But yeah, that was a crazy start to the day. So let's get back in there.
So as we got back in the water, we decided to still go after a couple more fish before really going out and looking for lobsters. But for some reason, our aim was off, and when we did get a shot on a fish, it would almost instantly bring in barracudas and sharks, which made it even more complicated to spear fish. But eventually, we did go ahead and decide to prioritize looking for lobsters. And it wasn't long before we ran into the first decent-sized lobster of the day. And after easily catching this young one and getting it to the surface, we did realize that she had eggs. So we gave her a quick release, and as she headed towards the bottom, a nice permit came in to check out what all the commotion was about. And I would have definitely shot this fish if it wasn't for the bad repair I had did earlier to my gun, which I'm pretty sure would have broke again. So I called my buddy over for him to try get a shot on this fish, but by the time he arrived, this fish was already far gone. So after that, we went back to looking for lobsters, only to find a lot of very young ones. But after a couple hours of searching, we decided to shoot a couple more good-eating mangrove snappers to bring home. And as we headed back towards the beach, we noticed that the swell around the rocks had gotten worse, meaning that the chances of us catching the big lobster we were looking for were declining. But all of a sudden, a giant spiny lobster appears right below me out in the open, giving me an easy way around its tail with my lasso. And after bringing this big guy up to the surface, we decided to go ahead and call it a day. And after spending all that time looking for lobsters earlier, for some reason on the way back to the beach, a massive spiny lobster, bigger than the one we had just caught, decided to crawl right below us. But we all agreed on the fact that we had caught enough food for all of us. So we decided to leave this big guy for next time.
So we're heading back to the beach right now. My camera's battery is about to die, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.